Hi friends, in this lecture related to integration, first we will understand what is the meaning of integration. Then we will come to the rules for integration. Then physical significance of integration means what is implied by integration. Then we will come to the types of integration. First will be indefinite integration, then will be definite integration. And first we will study indefinite integration in detail. So be ready with your pen and notebook to note down the important things and then to solve questions related to these with me. So first we are coming to the integration. Integration is the process opposite to differentiation. And about differentiation, already I have told you in my previous videos that the differentiation of a function, say y, with respect to another function, say x, is the instantaneous rate of change of y with x. And if differentiation of a function fx with respect to x is f dash x, then integration of f dash x, it is the sign of integration, and this dx implies that f dash x is to be integrated with respect to x, will be fx. It means if differentiation of a is b, then integration of b will be a. So here differentiation of fx with respect to x is f dash x. So integration of f dash x with respect to x is fx. Here if instead of fx it will be fx plus c, then also the differentiation of fx f dash x plus differentiation of constant will be 0. So again we would be getting differentiation of fx plus c as f dash x. So here to include the possibility of this constant, we will always use a constant of integration c while we are dealing with indefinite integration. So integration of f dash x with respect to x will be fx plus c, and this c is called constant of integration. So now we are coming to the rules for integration. First, integration is distributive over addition or subtraction. It means integral u plus minus v dx. Here u and v both will be the function of x. So this will give us integral u dx plus minus integral v dx. It means integration of u with respect to x plus minus integration of v with respect to x. Now second, if we have to integrate some constant multiplied by function of x with respect to x, then constant will come outside the integration and we will get integration of u with respect to x. Then integration of constant with respect to x, constant outside the integration, and integral dx. Here integrate with respect to x, but what is to be integrated is not given. So always 1 will be there. If always 1 will be there, then k integral 1 can be written as x to the power 0. It means if 1 is to be integrated with respect to x, we will put it x to the power 0. If 1 is to be integrated with respect to t, we will make it t to the power 0. So here, since 1 is to be integrated with respect to x, so we have written it as x to the power 0 with respect to x. And now x to the power 0 can be integrated by using the formula for integration, which I will tell you later. Now come to fourth rule. If we are coming to the fourth rule, then if we are having the product of two functions u into v, and this product is to be integrated with respect to x, then we will have to find out which one of these two functions is easily differentiable and which one is easily integrable. Say function u is easily differentiable, then this differentiable function will be taken as first function, and the function which is easily integrable, that will be taken as second function. Now first function as such, that is u as such, integration of second function means which is easily integrable, so integral v dx minus integration of differentiation of first function yani d by dx of u multiplied by integration of second function integral v with respect to x and then integration of whole of this value with respect to x. So this will be the rule for multiplication. Now when we come to the physical significance of integration, then physical significance means what does we get from integration. Actually the differentiation is division of a large quantity into a large number of infinitesimally small segments, and integration means combination of large number of infinitesimally small segments available to us to form the large quantity. It means differentiation is breaking of a large quantity into a large number of infinitesimally small parts, while the integration is the addition of all large number of infinitesimally small parts to form the quantity. It means integration is like addition of large number of infinitesimally small parts. Say if I am saying integral sin x with respect to x, then it implies sum total of all values of sin x when x changes. Since we are not telling this x changes from where to where, it means we are not putting the limit for change in x, so it will be called indefinite integration. But if we say that x is changing from 0 to say 180 degree, then we have put the limit on the change of x, so this time it will be called definite integration. So the difference in definite or indefinite integration comes from here only. If we are coming to indefinite integration, then indefinite integration means the integration without limits. It means the integral of f dash x with respect to x, that is sum total of all values of f dash x when x changes, but x changes between which two values is not given, so we will say it is an indefinite integration, and this will give us fx plus c. But if we are saying that find sum total of all values of f dash x when x changes from x1 to x2, then this will form definite integration, and it will be integration of f dash x with respect to x again is fx, and this time we will not use c, we will put the limits from x1 to x2. Now we will give upper limit to the function, so it will give f x2 minus, we will substitute lower limit in the function, minus f x1. So it is the case of definite integration when we have to integrate f dash x with respect to x from x1 to x2, and physically it tells us that it is the sum total of all values of f dash x when x changes from x1 to x2, and since upper limit minus lower limit we have to found, so c in case of upper limit minus c in case of lower limit will get cancelled, so there will be no need to use constant of integration in definite integration. Now after this we will come to the formulae related to integration. Now we are coming to the formulae related to integration. Since we know that the integration is the process opposite to differentiation, so if differentiation of x to the power n with respect to x is n x n minus 1, then integration of n x n minus 1 with respect to x will be x to the power n plus constant of integration. See, if we will replace n minus 1 with m, then if n minus 1 is replaced by m, then n minus 1 is m, so n will be m plus 1, and this m plus 1 being constant will be taken outside the integration, and this will give us integral x to the power m with respect to x. This n, which will be now n plus 1, will be taken to this side, is equal to x to the power m plus 1 divided by m plus 1 plus constant of integration c divided by m plus 1 will give constant again. So integral x to the power m with respect to x will be x to the power m plus 1 upon m plus 1 plus c. Now in the same way, differentiation of e to the power x with respect to x is e to the power x, and this will give us integration of e to the power x with respect to x will also be e to the power x plus constant of integration c we will always use for indefinite integration. Now dy dx of sin x means differentiation of sin x with respect to x is cos x, so this will implies that integration of cos x with respect to x will be sin x plus constant of integration c. This implies integration of minus sin x, this minus will be taken to right hand side, so integration of sin x with respect to x will be minus cos x plus c. This will give us differentiation of tan x with respect to x being sec square x, integration of sec square x with respect to x will be tan x. Now differentiation of cot x with respect to x being minus cosec square x, this will give integration of cosec square x, minus will be taken to this side, so integral cosec square x with respect to x is equal to minus cot x plus constant of integration c. Here differentiation of sec x with respect to x is sec x tan x, so integration of sec x tan x with respect to x will be sec x plus constant of integration c, and this will implies that if differentiation of cosec x with respect to x is minus cosec x cot x, so integration of cosec x cot x with respect to x will give minus cosec x plus constant of integration c. And here log base e is called natural logarithm, hence is written as ln. So dy dx of log x at the base e or dy dx of ln x is 1 upon x. So integration of 1 upon x with respect to x will be ln x plus c. Ln x means log x at the base e. Now when we come to the differentiation of a to the power x with respect to x, it gives us a to the power x log of a at the base e, and this will give us log a at the base e being constant outside the integration and will be taken to this side. It will give us integral a to the power x with respect to x is equal to a to the power x upon log of a at the base e or ln a plus constant of integration c. Since differentiation of sin inverse x with respect to x is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square, so integration of 1 upon under root 1 minus x square with respect to x will be sin inverse x plus constant of integration c. Differentiation of cos inverse x with respect to x is minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square, so integration of minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square, this minus taken outside and also taken to other side will give us integral 1 upon root 1 minus x square with respect to x is equal to minus cos inverse x plus c. So integration of 1 upon root 1 minus x square with respect to x can be written as sin inverse x or minus cos inverse x. Then differentiation of tan inverse x being 1 upon 1 plus x square, integral 1 upon 1 plus x square with respect to x will be tan inverse x plus c. In the same way, integration of negative of this will be cot inverse x. So integral minus 1 upon 1 plus x square with respect to x will be cot inverse x plus c. And here it could have been written in the way that integral 1 upon 1 plus x square dx is equal to minus cot inverse x plus c. Here next d by dx of sec inverse x, it means differentiation of sec inverse x with respect to x is 1 upon x root x square minus 1. So integration of 1 upon x root x square minus 1 with respect to x will be sec inverse x plus c. And here the difference of negative sign is there only, so it can also be written as minus cosec inverse x plus c. It means integration of 1 upon x root x square minus 1 with respect to x is either sec inverse x plus c, or from this relation minus cosec inverse x plus c. Now to understand the use of the formulae which I already told you for integration and also the rules of integration, we will solve a few questions related to integration. Say first question is saying that integrate cos 3x with respect to x. If it were be only cos x, then integration of cos x would have given us sin x only. But here the problem comes because of 3x. So let 3x is t. If 3x will be replaced by t, then dx will also be replaced by dt. And in order to find relation between dx and dt, we will have to differentiate this relation. Say we are differentiating it with respect to x, then on differentiating it with respect to x, what will we get? 3 into differentiation of x with respect to x, that is 1, is equal to dt by dx. And this will give us dx is equal to dt by 3. So if you will take 3x as t, then dx will become dt by 3. So this integration I will become integral cos 3x means cos t, and dx will be dt by 3 into dt by 3. This 1 by 3 will be taken outside the integration because being constant it will come outside the integration. And now integration of cos t with respect to t. So cos t with respect to t is to be integrated, and this will give us 1 by 3 integration of cos t with respect to t will be sin t plus constant of integration c. So I becomes 1 by 3 and t was 3x sin 3x plus c. So this will be the value of this integral. Now the second question, we have to integrate ax plus b raised to the power n with respect to x, and we know that if it were be x to the power n, then integration of x to the power n were be x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, but here it is ax plus b raised to the power n. So this ax plus b will have to be changed into a single term. Say ax plus b is equal to t. If you will replace ax plus b by t, then you will have to replace dx by dt. And again, to find relation between dx and dt, we will have to differentiate this expression. And this will give us a differentiation of x with respect to x will be 1 plus differentiation of b with respect to x will be 0 is equal to dt by dx. And this will give us dx is equal to dt upon a. If dx will be dt by a, then integration I will become integral ax plus b, matlab t raised to the power n, and dx means dt by a. This time 1 upon a being constant will be outside the integration, and we will be left with t to the power n dt. Now integration of x to the power n with respect to x we have. So using that formula, it will become 1 by a t raised to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant of integration c. Now what was t? Ax plus b. So I will become 1 upon a into n plus 1 multiplied by ax plus b whole raised to the power n plus 1 plus c. Or you may write this as equal to ax plus b whole raised to the power n plus 1 upon a into n plus 1 plus c. So integration of ax plus b raised to the power n with respect to x will be this one. Now we are coming to the next question. In this next question, x cube plus 3x plus 4 upon root x is given. If we come to the rules, then we have the rule for multiplication of two functions, but there is no rule for division in case of integration. So we will have to adjust this root x in these three terms only. It means we will separate these terms and we will get integral x cube upon root x. It means x to the power 3 minus 1 by 2, because in division powers will get subtracted, and then plus 3x upon root x. It means 3 outside, x upon root x, x to the power 1 minus half, plus 4 x to the power minus half, and these are to be integrated with respect to x. Now since the integration is distributive over addition or subtraction, so we will integrate all these three terms individually, and we will get integral x to the power 3 minus half, 3 to the 6 minus 1, 5 by 2 with respect to x, plus 3 being constant outside the integration, and integral x to the power 1 minus half, that is x to the power half with respect to x, plus 4 outside the integration, integral x to the power minus half with respect to x. And by again this same formula, t raised to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, we will get x to the power 5 by 2 plus 1 upon 5 by 2 plus 1 plus 3 integration of x to the power half, x to the power half plus 1 upon half plus 1 plus 4, and x to the power minus half means x to the power minus half plus 1 upon minus half plus 1 plus constant of integration c. Now this will give us 5 by 2 plus 1. 5 by 2 plus 1, 5 or 2, 7 by 2, so it will become 2 by 7, and x to the power 5 or 2, 7 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 by 2, 3 will get cancelled with 3, so 2 x to the power 1 by 2 plus 1, 3 by 2, then 4 and 4, 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 2 will be 1 by 2, 2 will come to the numerator, so it will become 8, and x to the power 1 minus 1 by 2 means x to the power half plus constant of integration c. So integration of this will be 2 by 7 x to the power 7 by 2, 2 x to the power 3 by 2 plus 8 x to the power half plus c. Now we are coming to the next question, question number 4. It gives d by dx of fx is 4x cube minus 3 upon x to the power 4, such that value of function at x is equal to 2 is 0. Then we have to find fx. Since differentiation of fx is this, So integration of this will be fx. So if we have to find fx, then fx must be equal to the integration of this, because differentiation of fx is this. So integration of this will be fx. So fx is equal to integration of 4x cube minus 3 upon x to the power 4 with respect to x. This will give us 4 outside the integration, integral x cube with respect to x minus 3 outside the integration and x to the power minus 4 with respect to x, because integration is distributive over addition or subtraction. This is equal to 4 integration of x cube, x to the power 3 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 minus 3 x to the power minus 4 plus 1 upon minus 4 plus 1 plus constant of integration c, and this will give us 4 will get cancelled with 4, so x to the power 4 minus 3 cancel each other, become positive, and x to the power minus 4 plus 1 x to the power minus 3 yani 1 upon x cube plus c. Thus the value of fx will be x to the power 4 plus 1 upon x cube plus c. Now the value of c will be found by the given condition. In question it is given that value of function at x is equal to 2 is 0. So f2 equal to 0 implies if we will put x is equal to 2, then 2 to the power 4 plus 1 upon 2 raised to the power 3 plus c is equal to 0 implies 2 to the power 4 into 2 to the power 3, it means 2 to the power 7 plus 1 upon 8 plus c is equal to 0 implies c is equal to 2 to the power 7 will be 128. 128 plus 1, 129. So minus 129 by 8. So fx will become x to the power 4 plus 1 upon x cube minus 129 by 8. So value of c we calculated from the given condition, and after substituting that value of c here we get the value of function. Now we are coming to the different type of integrals, and in this type of integrals the differentiation of one part of the question is the other part. It means if we will see that the differentiation of x square plus x plus 1, that is 2x plus 1, will be somewhere here in the question, and in this type of questions the value whose differentiation is given in the question will be taken as t. So let we take x square plus x plus 1 as t, because differentiation of x square plus x plus 1 is given in the question. So whose differentiation is given will be taken as t, and since this is taken as t, we will have to replace dx by dt, and again to obtain relation between dx and dt we will have to differentiate this expression, and if we will differentiate this expression with respect to x, it will give us 2x plus differentiation of x with respect to x 1 plus differentiation of 1, that is differentiation of constant 0, is equal to dt by dx, and this will give us 2x plus 1 into dx is equal to dt. 2x plus 1 dx is equal to dt. Hence this integral I will be 2 will be taken common from these two terms, and this will give 2 outside the integration, integral 2x plus 1 root x square plus x plus 1 dx, and since we have taken x square plus x plus 1 as t, so it will become root t, and 2x plus 1 dx will become dt, and 2 outside the integration. So 2 root t dt. And now root t means t to the power half can be integrated with respect to t. 2 integral t to the power half dt 2 and integration of t to the power half plus 1 upon half plus 1. Half plus 1 means 3 by 2. 3 will be in denominator, 2 will come to the numerator, plus constant of integration c, so it will be 4 by 3 t to the power half plus 1 t to the power 3 by 2 plus c. So I is equal to, the value of this integral will be 4 by 3. What was t? T was x square plus x plus 1. So x square plus x plus 1 raised to the power 3 by 2 plus c. It will be the value of this given integral. So in this second type of integrals, differentiation of one part of the question will be the another part, and the part whose differentiation is given will be taken as t. So in next video we will come to some more types of integrations.